Tyler Varga is the kind of guy who either impresses people or makes them sick with envy. Varga developed into a talented football player in Kitchener, Ontario, speaks 3 languages, maintained high school grades in the 90s. Ivy League schools from the U.S. took notice. The running back landed here at Yale.
One of the reasons she was a science fiction writer was that
where he became a star player, still has a 3.7 grade point average, and has laid the foundation to one day become an orthopedic surgeon.
Going to a school like this gives you some great critical thinking ability. You rub elbows with some really smart people, and I think, but there's definitely an expectation, I think, in terms of, oh, well, this guy goes to Yale, he better be a genius.
Yale is one of the places American football was originally developed 140 years ago, but these days the school is better known for producing doctors, lawyers, and captains of industry, not pro football players. Then along came Tyler Varga, a coach's dream.
I got a notification to watch this tape on a Canadian running back, and it was Tyler Varga, and things worked out, so it just seemed as though heaven dropped him on my lap.
Yale's Tyler Varga into the game.
Varga was the first Yale player in 60 years to be invited to the Senior Bowl.
That's a yoked-up tailback. This kid from Yale is 5'10", 227.
A postseason game to showcase top college seniors for NFL scouts.
Varga's got a touchdown.
He clearly impressed them, dominating the field, scoring 2 touchdowns.
Varga, does he get a second touchdown? He does.
Pretty cool to be standing where I am right now, so close to achieving what I've set out to do since I've been little. So.
Live from the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis.
Varga also scored an invitation to the NFL Scouting Combine, where the 300 top college seniors try to impress NFL teams before the draft.
Table 3.
He's one of just 4 Canadians attending U.S. colleges to be invited this year.
This kid was a quarterback in high school in Canada. Welcome to America.
Saskatchewan native Brett Boyko is also here, a University of Nevada, Las Vegas offensive tackle.
Here's Brandon Bridge. He's got some ability.
Another Canadian is Mississauga native Brandon Bridge, a quarterback from the University of South Alabama, here to show the pro teams how fast he can run, how hard he can throw, and how well he can move. There's also a full medical exam with an MRI and team interviews to find out what's going on upstairs.
They came up to me, they asked about like my whole personal lifestyle, and they asked, what kind of player that they'll get, and they put me through a couple tests. They said, like, how well do I think I know, like, this NFL game?
The media scrutiny here is intense.
Game planning and understanding, where we're going with the ball.
Even though the draft is still more than 2 months away, 21-year-old players try to deal with questions from reporters their parents' age. The teams are no doubt watching this too.
This is where you want a tough catch, right?
How the young players perform under pressure, along with their score from the field drills, will be part of what teams use to make their picks for the draft, though some coaches put less emphasis on combine results.
This is a track meet, and until they start hitting each other, then you'll see football.
That 4 Canadian players have made it to this event in football-crazed America is rare and also a big deal.
Come from Canada, this is an opportunity that not a lot of Canadians get.
Without the football system of U.S. high schools and colleges, getting noticed is normally tough for Canadian players. Getting recruited, even tougher.
I think defense gets a priority first.
Bucky Brooks is a football writer and television analyst. He says things are changing for talented Canadians.
We've seen, obviously, more Canadians make their way to the league, and part of that is because we're always looking to upgrade the talent pool, and so we're willing to go beyond the borders to find those guys.
And those Canadian guys are driven by big dreams. Vancouver native Christian Covington's father is CFL Hall of Famer Grover Covington, who made a point of not encouraging his son into football. And yet here he is, a defensive tackle from Rice University being scouted by the NFL.
I had to beg them to allow me to play in the 8th grade. They wouldn't let me they wouldn't let me play Pee Wee or anything younger than that.
Brandon Bridge also received some fatherly advice.
4 Canadian kids down here. How do you have that dream?
To be honest, I was a young kid, and the way how I got this dream, because my dad, I used to play basketball, and my dad told me in the nicest way possible, he's like, you're not good at basketball, you should try a different sport.
In the end, a minor ankle injury kept Tyler Varga from performing the field drills at the Combine. He'll get another chance next month at a local scouting event. Varga has been on the NFL's radar for months now. His chances at being drafted seem pretty high.
I've spoken probably to every single team at one point or another.
The four Canadians represent a new wave of players from the North, seeking gridiron glory in a country where football is a national obsession. But they and all of the other prospects are still a long way from the potential multi-million-dollar payoff of being picked in the NFL draft. For The National, I'm Ron Charles in Indianapolis.